rook back, but that minor piece endgame is lost.
Jan's winning.
Oh, this
He's going to
is
take
so
the lead.
hard.
Now it's checkmate all over the place. Jan can't believe his luck as they changed score sheets. They've reached the magical move 60 where the score sheet runs out. And surely now, is it c4? That's the move the hand wants to play. Push that pawn, unleash the black bishop. Checkmate threatened immediately. Rook b3 is a threat of mate. Rook anywhere is a threat of mate.
Rook anywhere.
A4. Wow.
c4.
He's
White
gonna
has
play
to
it.
knight takes c4, maybe staves off the mate, but not for long. You just take the knight and then go back to b4 and then deliver checkmate.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Jan smells it. He smells the victory.
Can't believe his
Okay,
luck.
c4 rook f2 maybe? Yeah, c4 rook f2 actually. Maybe keeps white alive for the time being. I wouldn't call it just yet. With a minute left, it's much
It's on
easier
the
when you
board.
have the eval bar.
c4 played, and I think Vidit will realize it. How does he fight the checkmate now?
Rook f2, I think. Keeps him in the game for now.
Wow.
Rook f2, 92.
Oh,
Is that
black
the move?
black could get mated. Rook f2, king c1, bishop f4, king b1, rook f1, king c2, rook c1 mate. This can't be real. So you got to go king e2, I think.
The nerves are
king
playing
e3,
in.
rather.
King e3.
Vidit has got 30 seconds to make his move, to make his decision, and Rook f2 played. Has Jan calculated this all the way through?
Wow, what a turnaround it will be if Jan plays king c1 and gets mated himself.
Oh my gosh.
Easy to miss, but he needs to go the other way. I guess he can block with the knight, but you need the knight for checkmate, so you're reluctant to move that. That looks pretty safe, actually, to my eyes, but king e3 must surely be the first temptation.
Mm-hmm. But then knight takes c4 check, rook takes c4, king b3. He's blocked with a knight.
Wow.
Also winning, apparently. Too many threats, and if white gives that knight away, he might also drop the bishop to a fork.
And the c-pawn's moving forward. There are threats of a discovered check. This is so reminiscent of the way Vidit lost to Jan in their earlier match, where everything's under control till a certain point, but then with incremental pressure, you just collapse after playing 20 good moves. You eventually end up making a mistake because it's so difficult to keep going with that momentum, keep saving a difficult position.
Mm-hmm. Such unluckiness here. King a3 was a clever move. He was being ambitious there, Vidit, rather than trying to bail out and struggling for a draw. But bishop e5. Ooh, the blue arrow appears. That's the computer suggestion. Apparently pawn to c3 is by far the best, but there's so many other tempting moves. The idea is that rook b5 check would not win due to king a4, and when the black rook takes the bishop on e5, there's knight takes c4 with a fork, a check. And Vidit would save his skin, but Jan finds the best move. Of course he does. Pawn to c3. Breaking the connection between white's minor pieces. The white knight is trapped. Wow. This might be the end. Checkmate's coming. In so many lines now.
This is such a blow to Vidit's chances. And for Jan, it just steps him so much closer to glory. He will be the sole leader winning this one.
Bishop takes c3, check. I should mention there's king takes c3, rook takes knight on e2, and rook e4 check.
Oh.
Discover check, and winning the white rook.
Oh, that's critical, actually, because if you take the knight instead, white takes the bishop. It all works out for Jan, but it's still fighting.
That move with a second on the clock.
Wow. Vidit living life on the edge.
Okay, CP.
Checking piece is attacked. The black bishop wants to be the checker, but you're calculating c2, cb. Rook b7 would be a safe move, maybe, if you want to just get out the way, defend the bishop with a check. Would that be the professional approach?
There's a pawn mate on potentially. Rook b7, king a2, knight c1, king a1, Ooh. Rook a7, king b1, c2. I'm sorry to keep pointing out these outlandish mates that are never going to happen, but this one actually might. And this one actually is important to calculate.
Wow, beautiful. Moves his rook.
Step one, rook b7.
Whew.
Problem is, if you go back, rook takes b2 check also just wins a piece.
Oh, yeah.
Even if there is a checkmate available, he goes forward instead. Where's the winning blow?
Do you just go
Out to end
c2?
resistance.
Push it?
Yeah, who needs that knight?
He does.
Who needs the
Beautiful.
knight when you can get a queen?
Knight
Oh my
c4, king
gosh.
e1, and that knight on e2 dominates the bishop. Usually it's the other way around, but not this time.
Crazy. This knight stops any checks from the white bishop. Jan's accuracy levels just through the roof in this endgame. Just presented these difficult problems for Vidit to solve, and once Vidit went astray, Jan has been ruthless, merciless in pursuing the advantage, winning a piece, getting a queen, and about to win the game, retake the lead.
Outstanding endgame technique by Jan Nepomniachtchi throughout the candidates.
Incredible. He's about to get the double over Vidit. Vidit under 10 seconds again, gives a check. The king actually goes the other way, safer
Also
way.
wins.
Hitting the knight, going back to e4.
He's won the
New
king of
queen.
the hill game and the chess game.
He really is the lord of the kings.
So knight b2 check, you can give another check, but the king just simply goes to e4, hitting that bishop and threatening the pawn to queen. I just don't see a move here, and Vidit knows it. He's panicking. He's got seconds on the clock, but the clock doesn't help. He falls back with a check, but it's only a check. It's only delaying the inevitable for Vidit.
King
It's the
does
final
reach
move.
the center.
He shakes his head. He can't believe it. Oh my gosh. This is so
That is-
difficult for Vidit.
So hard to watch.
You just fight for more than 5 hours. You keep yourself in the race. You've got a great position. You keep fighting, and then in the last moments, you know it's all over. And that's it. It's handshakes. Vidit Gujrathi resigns. On one side, there's relief on Jan Nepomniachtchi. For Vidit, absolute despair.
Before h5? No, but I misplayed terribly.
You hear the players discussing the game.
Can you, Carolina, could you do
And
transport?
Vidit immediately leaves.
Could you message
After a
transport?
more than 5-hour battle, Jan Nepomniachtchi knows that he's going to go into round 12 as the sole leader of the candidates. He gets a strong step in to fight for the World Championship title for the 3rd time. Can he keep it up? The man remains undefeated. What intense courage showed by him, and it paid off. And you can see it in him.
Wow. This is where tournaments are won and lost. This is where world titles could be potentially won and lost. He was losing this game, Jan Nepomniachtchi. Vidit had 2 winning opportunities. Vidit turned down a repetition of moves, turned down a draw, went on, kept fighting, but Jan turned it around. And any win, especially a win with black, is priceless at this stage of the tournament. He next has 2 white games. Jan Nepomniachtchi, he knows this could potentially be the moment where he turned on the style and wrapped up a 3rd candidates in a row, but still he needs to refocus. The relief palpable. Still 3 games ahead. Wow.
Yeah.
What